start off from where we left off with the fan fiction. Same viewer discretion advised taking place here. So yeah, if you haven't watched the previous, go watch that, or else none of this is going to make any sense. Dr. Wu sulks in frustration and enlightenment of the events that took place. He then calms himself, knowing very well that this is only stage 1 of the plan and that maybe he could correct this error in stage 2. He turns off his computer and leaves to take the rest of the day off. Chapter 3. The Incident. Dr. Wu was sitting in his office working on his computer when he looked up to see Simon Masrani glaring angrily at him. He welcomed him into his office, wondering what went wrong for him to be this angry at him. Simon tells Wu about the Indominus' escape and its ability to camouflage and hide from thermal technology. Dr. Wu knows that these events are very terrible, but can't help but be fascinated and excited about the Indominus' abilities being used for the first time after Simon left Wu's office angrily. Wu knew that he and the project were compromised. He called his contact and told them about Masrani's threats and that he and the project are now at risk. His contact responded with, "Don't worry. You'll be well taken care of. You're too important to this project to risk losing." The contact hangs up and Dr. Wu looked around his office, both panicked yet calm. Later, Dr. Wu got notified of Simon Masrani's death. He called his contact saying, "Simon is..." The contact interrupted him saying, "Dead? I know. Don't worry. We'll protect you. We got someone else working on the inside." Wu asks, "This is the first time hearing of this information. Who is it?" The contact responds, "Is extremely confidential and is a bit above your pay grade. For now, I've gotten word that Vic Hoskins is in charge now, so you'll take orders from him and he'll keep you safe as well." Dr. Wu responds, "Yes, I'm aware of that already. I know he works with us. I did hire him for the Raptor project." The contact replies, "Well, did he tell you he's going to get a team of soldiers and the Raptors to hunt down that beast you made?" Dr. Wu replies, "No, they can't, and I won't allow it." The contact responds, "Well, you better allow it because it's happening. You take orders from us now." Dr. Wu responds, "I could easily reveal this scandal of a project and expose you and your boss." The contact replies, "Well, if you do that, the Hammond Foundation will screw you hard and there will be no one to help you. Let's not forget that you live for genetics, and this exposure will ensure that you never get to work with genetics ever again. So you may want to rethink that." Dr. Wu responds, "I understand what you have to do." He hangs up the phone and slams his fist on his desk. Hours later, Dr. Wu gets a call from Hoskins saying, The Raptor project is about to go into effect. Evacuate the lab immediately and get everything you can. A helicopter is coming to pick you up, and whatever you gather will take you back to the mainland. Be ready, because I'm sending some guys over to help evacuate the lab. I'll meet you on the helicopter." Dr. Wu hung up just as he saw multiple soldiers charging in and putting everything they can carry into transportation crates and portable cryo chambers. Later, the helicopter arrived, and Dr. Wu stopped inside and took a seat and noticed that Hoskins wasn't there. He asked a soldier where Hoskins was, but the only answer he got was, "He didn't make it. Don't worry, we'll take care of you." The rest of the equipment, data, and embryos were loaded on the helicopter, and it took off for the mainland. Chapter 3. The Man Behind the Mask. It has been a couple of weeks since the fall of Jurassic World. Dr. Wu was standing in the middle of the hotel room that the contact paid for. It was nice, but Wu noticed that the contact started to communicate less and less. Eventually, the Hammond Foundation tried to sue him for the fall of Jurassic World, take away his license to work with genetics. Luckily, a new contact arose and bailed him out of the situation. He was taken to the Lockwood estate, where he would be meeting the new contact that saved his career. He went to the door and was greeted by a servant lady who greeted him into the estate. He saw a picture of John Hammond and couldn't help but remember how it felt when John allowed him to do whatever he pleased regarding genetics. The servant called for a man named Eli Mills, who Dr. Wu never heard of, and was surprised that it would not be Benjamin Lockwood who would meet him. Dr. Wu's phone started to ring, and he looked at the number in surprise. It was his old contact back on Jurassic World. He answered cautiously, asking who this was, and he was responded with, "This is your boss." Dr. Wu is confused and hears that the voice seemed to echo. He turned around to see a man in a very nice suit holding a phone in his hand. Dr. Wu realized that this man was the contact on Jurassic World. The man hung up the phone and the call on Wu's phone was ended. Wu asks who the man is, and the man introduces himself as Eli Mills. Eli tells Wu to follow him because he has something for him. Wu follows Eli as they approach the wall of the Lockwood Estate Museum. Eli went to the pad that was mounted on the wall and put in a code. The wall opened up and revealed an elevator. Wu and Eli took the elevator down to the ground floor. The doors opened and revealed multiple cages and a laboratory. Eli took Wu to the laboratory and showed him everything they had. Eli said to Wu, "If you finish the second stage of the project you are working on at Jurassic World, you will have all this along with a large staff, and you'll get paid." Dr. Wu looked at Eli and asked, "What is the cost of working here? Why do you want to finish the second stage of the project?" Eli responds, "For a couple of simple reasons. To make the world a better place, continue the paleogenetics frontier, and make a whole lot of money in the process." Wu at first is skeptical of the idea of continuing his work so it could just be sold, but gives in to the idea of being able to finish his masterpiece that he started on Jurassic World. Dr. Wu tells Eli that he would like to work for him, and Eli replies, "Well, then you are definitely hired." The two men shake hands, and Eli takes Wu back to the main floor. On Wu's way out, Eli tells him that he bought a house for Wu on the days where he is needing to rest. Wu tells Eli, "Don't expect me to be there often. I live to work with genetics, and I will not stop until I have finished my masterpiece." With that, Wu gets into the car that picked him up earlier and takes him back to the hotel to pack. Chapter 4. The project continues. It has been a couple of months since Dr. Wu started to work on the Indoraptor project, but he has little idea about the slight change Eli has made to the project. Dr. Wu just wants to make the perfect hybrid, but Eli wants to make the perfect amount of money. Why try selling one perfect hybrid when you could have the perfect hybrid and the beast that took down Jurassic World? Eli's plan was perfect, but he knew that Dr. Wu would find out eventually and try to shut the project down. Eli couldn't allow Wu to do that, so he's only allowing the best of his new staff to work on the creation of the Indominus Rex. On the other hand, Dr. Wu might want to use the Indominus for research purposes to aid in the creation of the Indoraptor. Eli's office phone starts to ring. He answers it to hear a frustrated Dr. Wu exclaiming, "Did you really think that I wouldn't find out about your secret project? I know everything that happens in my lab. Eli interrupts Wu, saying, Your lab? Last time I checked, I signed the paycheck to build that lab and purchase everything in it. Without me, you would be facing multiple punishments due to your fiasco at Jurassic World. So next time you want to antagonize someone, look at yourself first. Wu replies, I understand, sir. I just think that I deserve to know of all the projects that are going on regarding the dinosaurs. The Indominus is my creation, after all, and it would be useful in the Indoraptor project. I've also made a lot of progress since you last checked in. You might want to see it in person. Eli tells Wu he will be down at the labs in a couple of minutes and hangs up the phone. Eli goes down to the lab and is greeted by a very excited Dr. Wu, who took him over to a microscope. Eli looked in the microscope and only saw circles but acted very excited. Dr. Wu could see through this act and explained that the genes were bonding. Eli still didn't know what that meant and just nodded. Wu finally explained that the hybridization process is working. Eli told Wu to keep up the great work and to just inform him once he gets an egg. Eli walks out of the lab and one of his lead scientists walked up to him looking very nervous. Eli told the scientist that he already knows that Dr. Wu found out about the Indominus project and has insisted that he will participate in the project. The scientist let out a sigh of relief and walked away. Eli went back upstairs and to his office. He turned on the TV and saw the news was talking about volcanic activity on Isla Nublar. Eli immediately got an idea that could make him even more money than before. Okay, so this will lead off into the third part of the video. I don't know how many parts exactly will be in this video,